is the countdown. 우린 on fire. 너와 나 이 밤의 끝으로 가. 너에게 지금은 나의 살갑기를 마셔줘. 분명히 내를 젖히고. Like boom boom boom, like boom boom boom. Step on it. Like boom boom boom, like boom boom boom.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, I did not know I was up on stage. I was making the ugliest face because I was looking at hey y'all.
Hope you guys are doing well. This is the first time ever we have ever done like a co-stream. So we're streaming both live on my channel and also over on the BL Coded. So if you're not subscribed to the BL Coded channel podcast thing, please go do that. All right, so you guys can get both. It's like prepare for trouble, make it double. You know what I'm saying?
Prepare for trouble, make it double.
So y'all, we are here. Obviously, by the title, you tell it's BL Kiki. I know we've been gone for a minute. Sorry, you know life. You have one of those, so it tends to get a little right. It gets a little.
I hope you're getting that back. Yeah.
Hello, and making lovely good things happen for you on your side of this camera.
Yeah.
But but it's still here. We've just been a little busy, as you guys could, But I'm glad to get back into it. Hello. So we're gonna run into. We're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna get into my Golden Blood episode 11. We're gonna talk about today's episode of Next Prince. Also, we're gonna talk about our interviews with Joss and Gawin that just happened recently. So you guys can see, and we can talk about it, really get into it, and just like about our own like perspectives, because there was two different interviews and two different situations. So you'll hear it all tonight. So I'm excited. Let's jump into it. Let's get into it. Here we go. Yes, I know. So Alyssa is not here tonight.
Alyssa is experiencing life.
Yes, absolutely. But she'll be back, and we can then continue as normal. But tonight, Jordie, should we start off with what happened in the interview first, or should we jump into the episodes, then discuss what happened in the interview?
Let's jump into the Next Prince first. And then go into My Golden Blood, and then the interviews.
Being that it is fresh. Correct. And it is fresh because it just came out today. So we can definitely tackle the Next Prince first. All righty then. Kids. I love this series. I feel like every single episode that has dropped thus far, I have really enjoyed. And they're honestly doing such good work in my eyes with this show thus far.
Ooh.
So
you were changing the color.
I sure was. I
was like, ooh, it blinked.
I should still have like the colors of the interview. But I think the one thing I really enjoyed about this episode was just the first few minutes. Like we got a chance. Kanye showed off his talents today. My boy spoke multiple languages. He told you I could sing.
He said. No, wait, what's that? Ariana? Like, she didn't say I could sing. Oh, yes, bitch, playing the piano too.
Yes. And also, what else happened as well, too?
My bitch, Own, was in it. If you know her from TikTok, she is Kunkiteki. She's rich. She's beautiful. She has a good heart. Okay, and she made her acting debut in The Next Prince, and she had lines.
Child, that threw me off because I had to catch myself. Like, is this her? Girl, this is you?
I love her so much.
That definitely threw me because I was not expecting that. Not
It's
closely.
It's honestly like the perfect setting for her though, because like that's, you know, I mean that's not her life, but like, you know, that's how she presents herself. So
very like
on brand for her to pop up there. Yeah,
I've seen a couple of her TikToks, and she did recently do one with both Nunu and Z. So honestly, that should have been that should have been right there. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. Queen. Rich, just dripping diamonds, and I love
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't trust King Grandpa either.
No, which I will get to him. I have these, you know, every single one I have like 3. So we'll definitely touch on him in just 1 second. But explain to me, what exactly did he think was going to happen, taking this man out on this adventure? You know, I don't know if he was planning to keep him locked up in this cave.
I feel like Ramil, like, I think he was trying to do something to appease his father. And he thought, oh, my father doesn't like, he wants us to be the next in line, blah, 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 blah. So he was like, let me lose Kanin, and, you know, my dad will be like, oh my God, yes, we can't find him. Guess you got to be a stand-in for the brand.
I like a tie in there. But I don't know. Since like first jump when he took him to that cave, I'm like, this is trouble. This is trouble. What are y'all doing? Is this smart?
Yeah, no.
You know, why did you even agree to go with him? And also, I was also throwing stuff on the Z's character, because like, first of all, how could you let him go? Number one.
So I think the whole premise of that though is that Kanin is feeling out who is who right now.
That's true.
Because obviously he doesn't know anybody here. And I think that he wants everybody to think that he's clueless about what's really going on here. Because I wholeheartedly feel like Kanin clocked what's really tea from the get-go. Like, obviously somebody's like, you know, somebody killed his father, and like he's like, I don't know. So he's keeping a very close eye out as well. And I think the fact that he made Ramil think that he trusted him is kind of like playing the game, because you can see it in his face.
Oh no.
I don't know, especially when Ramil gave him back the bracelet, talking about something. I tried to come back, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, you did, yeah. I feel like we should not like sell him short. He's a very smart man. He's very strategic, and you know, I think his trusting will get him in trouble in the like long run, but it's all like a sacrifice that he has to make to actually expose the people that are trying to do what they're trying to do, especially Ramil's father. Exactly. I clocked that tea when I saw him for the first time. I was like, oh, you're jealous.
Hello? Because as you said, the ones that are jealous will be the ones who scream the loudest.
Yeah, the ones that cry the loudest.
You know, like
when they showed that clip of Ramil going to his grave, I'm like, they wouldn't have shown that if they didn't want us to focus on his character specifically.
That's true. Correct.
I'm like,
because
he probably was the one like, boo-hoo.
Especially with the sense of doubt that he had even when he walked in, because I think he was like, this is the only boy. So automatically, like, my son is right there, all up in it. There's no need for no extra. So then he walked in and said, oh God, I'm on guard now. What's happening? Yeah. Like, you know, plus anyone who steps in green, especially that green, I'm like,
like I thought that, I mean, I know the other three like factions or whatever, or regions, they're kind of tight.
Yes.
You know, so they talk behind Kanin's dad's back, and they kind of like, you know, but I think that I don't know, the one in blue, the guy that played the villain in The Sign, I think that he has a soft spot for Kanine because he kind of knows what he's going through, but he's lost all of his like sovereignty. Like he ain't got nobody,
No.
you know. And so I think he probably has like a soft spot for Kanine, especially when they were at that round table and they were talking, and he was just kind of like being like, I think you're reading too much into like this. I think you're being unreasonable about Kanine, you know, becoming the next, you know, heir and stuff like that. But yeah.
Like, you saw the test results. He clearly is related to this family, and there's no lies being told here. Just say you're salty because you wanted to rule and keep it pushing. Like,
he knows all of it's true. He's just trying to create doubt within the kingdom. Like, that's why I think he pulled a little stunt in public. He know that he's related. He knows who he is. You just want to create doubt. You want everybody to be on your side, and you want everybody to second guess it. You want them to be like, is he? Because like we thought he was dead.
Just being messy. It's all around messy.
Yeah.
And that's not a good look, because that's how you try to get a band together, and then it just gets crazy. But
look, okay,
that's just drama that nobody needs, and he knows exactly what he's doing. But another thing that stood out in the episode is the stepfather.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
I was like, okay, but
Wait, okay. You're talking about Kanine's.
Yes, no. Kanine's stepfather. Grandfather. I said stepfather. Dead? I said stepfather. I mean his grandpappy child.
Oh, his grand. Okay, I was like,
his grandpappy. His grandpappy. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like that parental guidance, like that. It's like, oh yeah, you have a choice, but I'm gonna do everything to manipulate the environment around you to make the choice that I want you to make.
No, hello. Very much the old tease. You know how the grandparents be doing that stuff?
Yeah.
So like, I just don't understand. But it's the fact that how he's putting it over in a way. He's like, I'm gonna make sure that you are over here, and he stays all the way over here, because that situation, we don't need that type of for this kingdom.
He's like, gay? Homosexuality? Absolutely not. Not my kingdom. None of this good old fencing capital. Hell no.
And then you have to point out, like, given that things are now legal. I'm like,
he low-key was like, what was it? When Kanine helped the girl or whatever get into the fencing competition, he was like, but then he was like, this is strategic. Yeah, I'm totally down with the girlies in the fencing.
No, knowing that could be a little thing for him, he's like, you know what, that's fine. I could work this my own way. That's just so I'm glad he clocked the royal family's intentions on how they didn't bring him back until they needed him. Yup. Because I said that in my reaction, I'm like, you know what, that's crazy. Because no matter how you slice it, and he tried to slice it several different ways, it was still the same thing.
Yeah.
They brought me back because if I don't do this, they take over.
Yeah.
So y'all need me.
Yeah. And it's like I get it. Like, they did it for protection because there is somebody within the ranks that is trying to kill him. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe, like, I think it's 50-50. Because it's like, okay, yeah, if you kept him in the castle, it would be dangerous for him, especially if there's someone within trying to kill him. So like hide him, right? But at the same time, it's like two things could be true. You are just wanting him back because, you know, y'all want to keep your reign, which I don't think anything's really wrong with that. But
right.
At the same time, you have to understand how Kaneen feels about that. He's like, okay, y'all sent me. I'm just finding out this ain't my real daddy, and now he's allegedly burnt to a crisp. And then y'all showed me the rubble of him being burnt to. I was like, what?
It's actually kind of wild how he's playing that, and that he's willing to just let it be a thing. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to like let people do what they do because eventually they're gonna like slip up and expose who they really are.
Hello.
And Kaneen's like, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna play along with y'all little game
at the moment to see what comes of it. But I love that they're doing their own form of investigation, because even Charles don't believe this either. He's like, no, I know the tea. Okay, he wanted me to put it off to you that this is what's happening, but no. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see how that goes. No, he's watching on his own. Yeah.
Y'all, I know. I need to get better at posting reactions, but child, I be working. I have a full-time job. I'm sorry. It's like, you know, I'm trying though. I'm getting my stuff together. But no, I'm not reacting to this because I don't want to put more on my plate until I finish what I got.
Yeah.
What I get.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like it did be a lot. Plus, like, we were so busy. We had so much other stuff going on as well too. Like, someone asked about my stubborn. I literally was editing that last night, and I know the next episode comes out tomorrow, so you'll get both tomorrow. So it's the process. Y'all just need to hold tight. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the button. Keep it locked. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere. Okay. So, but who knows what's gonna happen next week? Is the next episode? Huh? What?
They were like, I missed your content, King. Don't worry. Hopefully not. No, it's just I think I need to prioritize better. Like, I need to make sure, and especially because I'm like, as we all are, because Shaki obviously has a full-time job as well. We all are moving in a direction of kind of going outside of the reactions and stuff like that. So I'm trying, you know, full transparency, I'm trying to make this my full time. I'm trying to do this because I want to do this. Like, I'm a creative at heart. I want to do creative stuff. I want to make videos. I want to do things outside of reactions. But to do that, you know, you gotta start at home, child. You gotta clock in. But, you know,
we all definitely have our aspirations with this whole thing. And so far, it's, what is it? We're on the climb right now. Let's put it like that. Okay? We're trying to get to see the view, child. Okay? So, just gotta.
But I appreciate you like enjoying my content and missing it, because I miss posting a lot like I used to too. We'll get back to that though. We'll get back to it. It will come.
It's been,
I ain't going nowhere.
Right. Like, this child's been around for a long time, okay? You're talking to one of the good old OGs. You understand what I'm saying? Third. I'm excited to see what happens with him on his own solo ventures and all this other stuff as well too. Also as a friend as well. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be excited for your peepsies. Now, excuse me. Are you watching Knockout? I am. Patreon. I just got into it.
I am.
Yeah, I just got into it. If you would like to see it, that's where it's gonna go, because YouTube and WeTV reactions, sweetheart.
It's very wishy-washy. Sometimes, even when they release like what's it called? Rules and stuff. And you follow the rules, sometimes they just don't get approved. Like My Pit Babe, when I tell y'all My Pit Babe episode 1 was sitting there since the day after it premiered, and they did not approve it until like weeks, like almost episode 2 had been out, like, and then they was like, oh yeah, click. I was like, wow. Hey.
So, but I'm just thankful. At the end of the day, we get to still do it, y'all. If you guys want to watch it, y'all know where to be. So, last one on this one before I move on. Why is the father not trying to have a relationship with his son, but he wants him to fight for him to be king?
I think it's kind of like that disassociation, right? So you have not had any kind of contact with this boy in 22 years since you sent him out, right? And so, like, obviously, because you don't have that relationship, you're gonna value what you know more than what is true. And what is true is that this is your son, you know, and you he's been gone for a long time, but what you know is everything for the kingdom, right? So you're gonna go down the route that's more comfortable, as human beings really do. But I do also think the father is scared, because it's like Cunning talks about his other dad a lot in front of him. And so you can kind of guess how intimidating that is as a biological father, being like, I had to give you up because they wanted to protect the kingdom. And now you're back. I know nothing about you. That's intimidating. To, like, you know, just being devil's advocate for a parent. That's intimidating. You don't know anything about your child. You haven't seen your child in like a whole decades. And
plus in a twisted way too, how it was done too, Jordie, because he thought his child was dead.
Right.
He didn't know that his grandpappy took that child away and kept him stored away in a whole other country.
Right.
So
you can imagine how intimidating that is, and how do you even start that conversation? How do you even go into, because the thing is with that, you have to first get past that, like, you were gone, you weren't there, like, what? And you think of Cunning, his relationship with him. Cunning's like, I already have a dad.
Correct.
You know, or had a dad, as far as Cunning knows, you know.
That's right.
But
also, in a sense of him being pushy, I don't think he's really pushing anything. If anything, I think the dad is just like, right now, daddy in the background. We don't even really see him for now. So I don't know how that relationship's going to form, really. Yeah. So we're just going to see how that one kind of, you know.
I think the dad's just kind of playing a little bit of background right now.
Yeah.
He's very much kind of like flying under the radar. But I think we're gonna see more of him once things start to kind of come to the surface about what's really happening. And I feel like he does have involvement in it. But that's just my theory. Not like a bad involvement, like purposeful involvement. I think it's kind of like he got involved accidentally.
Yeah.
And he had to do what he had to do, you know? But we'll see.
Honestly, it wouldn't really shock me if that is like the case, given how everything is being set up. It just reads that way. Like you have some form of knowledge as to what the plan is, you know? So we'll just have to keep monitoring that and see where that goes, to be honest with you. Because that could be the big old, like, Bigville thing. You know, like the dun-dun-dun.
No.
Like,
I trusted you.
Full on trying to overtake. So we're just going to have to wait and see how that plays out. Well, y'all, the next episode of The Next Prince comes out next week. What is going to happen? We'll definitely see, and we'll definitely get back to you on that. So for now, just everyone's going to have their theories, of course. So it's just to see how everything plays out. So, but we're going to switch gears, chill. We're going to now jump over to my golden Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it's almost over too. That's crazy.
I know. Wait.
I'm crying. They said hello. If
Oh, is
you
that what it
wondered
is?
that says.
I love that you know what that says without even, people at work.
Swadee.
Hi, hello. Oh, but yes, what a good episode, in my opinion. What'd you think?
I think that it's getting better for me. So,
Yes, same.
like, I know people have, oh, by the way, I'm obviously caught up on the reactions. They just haven't been uploaded yet. But yeah. From episode 1, I was kind of iffy about my Golden Blood, and part of it was because I was just like, I like romance, obviously. Like, if there's romance in it, like, period, and it's obviously a BL.
Yes.
But I do want a lot of these BLs to kind of break the mold with that and level it out a little bit. Like, I was wanting to get the tea on what's going on with this Golden Blood, and we're getting, like, kissy kissy boo boo moments all the time. Fine, but like, let's move the story along, right? And then as the episodes went by, then I was like, okay, we're getting more lore. We're getting the lore. And now I'm like, okay, period. Things are popping off while still being romantic, right?
Yeah.
Now we're at that point where everything's meeting in the middle.
Yes,
And
like a cute balance.
So now I'm like, period, yes. Give me the tea.
Oh. Hello, Karen. Not me
Hello,
coming
Karen.
right when y'all started talking about. Hello. Well, if you've seen it, you could definitely engage in a convo, so we're about to jump into it right now. Well, he found out the secret of the reasons why they want to wait until he turns 21.
They said he's a fruit and he's about to ripen. I have to finish a project and also am a little behind on my Golden Blood. Okay. Bye. Thank you for joining.
I am fucking weak. Have a good one. Not
Good
a
luck on your
problem.
project.
Thank you for being here. Yes. You got this, Panty. Love this
But
content.
yeah.
Keep it up. So fun. I appreciate that. Yes. But yes, so he found out after being locked up the real tea as to why and really what's going on. Now, I called this for so long. I said, I don't trust this lady. I don't trust this lady. It's giving very much so Satan in White. And I use that reference from, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Constantine. And how when the devil came down, he was wearing all white. I said, wow, that's really interesting.
Well, like, it makes sense though.
Yes, but there was just something about her, like from the jump. I'm like, something about you I ain't vibing with just yet. You giving too much mystery for me, So
it's like I gave her the benefit. I really did give her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe she's doing the wrong things for the right thing. But then episode 11, I was like, dang girl, you've been doing the wrong thing the whole time. Like killing people off, like what? But as far as the Golden Blood part, I clocked that from the beginning too, because I was like, there has to be a reason why they're not telling us what's and they're just being so nonchalant about like, when you turn 21, everything will be all right. Everything will end. And I was like, end
for real. Yep.
I was like, is it really everything will end? Okay. Anyways, and then when they said, oh yeah, the Golden Blood ripens at 21, I was like, oh, okay. So you're even more potent when you come of age. I was like, okay, all right. We got it.
You know what's so funny though? Okay, I will say yes, but also he kind of, there was a part of him when they were at the facility, and he captured oh god,
Tonka?
when he captured Tom, and he held him up against the wall and he was choking him. Granted, obviously it scared us because like, oh no, you don't get your hands off him. But it was something he said about wanting him to join him. And
bless you, child. Bless you.
I kept talking about the trusting thing, realizing his powers don't work. I was like, hold on. If you're really trying to use for this man in this way, there has to be more to it. So that was my first X. I was like, okay, there's more to this.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, let me not say I don't trust you or I just hate you like that. There's something missing here.
Yeah.
So that was my first instinct about him, that maybe we're missing something with this whole thing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was like, Nakan, I definitely I like swapped the theory of Nakan and Tara. But they did a good job because they misled me and I got it wrong, which I like sometimes. I like when it's something I didn't think was gonna happen, because they presented Nakan as a true villain. Like Like it was like, oh, he's undoubtedly bad. Like he's bad, right? And I'm like, okay, he's bad, period. I literally did not think Nakan was going to, like, not necessarily flip sides, but be on the right side of history until the conversation between him and Mark. Because I was just like, ain't no way this man is good. Ain't no way. But he was. But he's the one that's doing the wrong things for the right reason.
Yes.
Whereas Tata is doing the wrong things for the wrong reasons all the time, girl.
Correct. Yes. Because either way, you want him, you're saying that if he dies, that's what you want. You still want him to die regardless. I don't know exactly what will be the happy medium in the situation, because the setup while we were, well, let me get to that actually, because I did make this also a topic of conversation. The setup was so clean. And when I say setup, they were in the tub. An amazing scene, by the way. Hello. Got a chance to see a little different sides about the couple there. Well, he was talking to him about, maybe you should change me into a vampire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so if that's the case, but there's other things to consider, because you'll lose everything. You can't taste, you can't feel, you can't do any of that. It wouldn't be the same for you.
Yeah.
But maybe if you did do that, no one's going to come after you.
Right.
In that sense, because there'll be no more of the golden blood type tea.
Yeah.
So, but will the feelings be different? Would all of that change now?
Yeah.
So there's that side of it. But maybe if he did change him, that they're not going to come after him anymore. So that's what I thought in that sense. What do you think on that? Should he just like forget it? Let's just keep running.
I think that it's less a question of being together forever and more of a question of whether or not Tong wants to give up his humanity, right? So it's like it's a huge thing. People, hi Yalen. People, like, obviously us on the other side of the screen are like, yes, I want to be a vampire. Let me suck your blood. But it's like when that choice comes, right? If that choice ever comes for anybody, it's like there are a lot of pros that the media has fed us to being a vampire, and they also kind of like debunked a lot of those in the beginning, which I like, with the sunlight and the whole, like, you know, wooden like sires, that, like, all that stuff. But there's a lot of pros, you know, super speed, immortality, stuff like that. But immortality can also be a con. And being able to feel like the little things, I will let these little things, the little things that we take advantage of every day could be the biggest con of becoming a vampire. Because, like Shaggy said, you can't taste, you can't feel, you got no emotions,
you can't sleep.
You know, like the biggest question: do you want to look like this forever?
Hey!
And like this, that's really the question. Like, do you want to give up these little things that we appreciate? Like, I feel like I would be like, as long as I could taste food, I'll be okay. If I can't taste food, it is a no for me, bitch.
Nah.
It's a no. I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Can't do it.
I'm sorry, lady.
Can't do it.
See you in the next life.
Because he's talking about, I want to be able to grow old and be, well, one of us will grow old. The other one's still gonna look, pretty or whatever. But when it was brought up, I'm like, you know what, y'all, this is a perfect setup.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening sounds great. And how it's lining up. Imagine if that's like the big ending situation.
Yeah.
Because that in my mind will be the only, unless y'all kill her.
See, the thing is with Tata, I do have a sliver of sympathy. Just a sliver though. Because when they were telling about what the golden blood does and what the repercussions of drinking it and stuff is, I was like, girl, you just went down a slippery slope and you don't want to die. So you kept doing it. Like, that's where the sliver of sympathy comes from. After that, I'm like, girl, but you kept doing it. You kept, and then you lied about it. Like, it'd be different if you stood on business, like, hell yeah, I killed these people.
No, but
it's
you would
me
get sneakily.
or them. Which one? I would have more respect for you, but you lied and made people think. But also, it wouldn't be easy for you to get the golden blood if you didn't lie.
Correct.
Like, I'm gonna kill you at 21. So hey,
it's what
dinner.
You said. You weren't born to have a family. You were born for me. I said, oh.
I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
I was like, okay. Like, all right, girl. Sure. I think if he's changed since he's a golden blood, he would still have his humanity like Mark. Oh.
I thought about that too. And I was like, oh no.
I mean, hey, unlike any other vampire show, series, whatever that because they're all different, okay? We have vampires that sparkle. We have vampires that burst into flames. So it's different variations of vampires. Vampires that actually turn into bats. So it depends on how you want to look at it. In this one, it's definitely more like a, let me not say fantasy.
It's more so normal, yes. Like when a vampire, like obviously in these other shows and stuff like that, when a vampire is vampire, it's like so fantastical and like they're so amazingly different. But in this, it just kind of like within the conversation of a vampire, it makes them normal within that because they have their powers and stuff like that. But it's like they don't do nothing crazy. Like they ain't always out here, bust people up like in Vampire Diaries, like always causing shit. It's kind of like a fight within rather than like interaction with other things outside of what's going on within the family, But yeah.
Given
I don't
that
know if he would be like human. That might be a twist though. That might be like
that could be a nice little twisty twist that we just never saw coming.
Yeah. It's like as long as he is changed into a vampire when he turns 21. I feel like that should be the requirement. Anything after 12 o'clock a.m. on the next day, if he ain't turned into a vampire by then, he's like
wait now. I just had a thought.
What?
He turns him into a vampire when the blood is at its strongest, at its peak.
Right.
So if he turns him into a vampire and he still has his normal functions because of the blood, that actually would be sickening.
Yeah.
a whole different breed of a vampire.
I think that's what Orlando is saying. Like,
That's kind of what they mean, yeah.
yeah, he's saying if he since he has the golden blood, if he changes, he keeps everything that
But definitely, as
have-
you said, at 21, when it's
Yeah.
actually at its ripest, rarest form.
Right. But then after that, then if he turns him into a vampire, he would just be a regular vampire, or he dies. He
That
can't
too.
turn into a vampire.
Mhm.
Like, what if his golden blood keeps him, like, after that, he can't turn into a vampire whatsoever?
Mm.
He just,
That would be the actual kicker. I don't know. I keep making tangled parallels to this show, and I'm curious if it's going to follow a similar ending to that.
That'd be interesting, because in Tangled, they cut her hair,
Mhm.
but it kind of didn't come back. Like, her powers were, her powers came back after a minute, and it wasn't it because of some flower or something.
I'm going to keep it really real with you, Jordie.
I can't remember.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen Tangled once, and I can't remember everything about
I
it.
know of the story of Rapunzel, but I have never seen Tangled.
Yeah, the flower. Okay.
Okay.
Flower. But the thing is, they don't have anything in this story that hints at some other supernatural stimulus that will cause it. In Tangled, they hinted at the flower a couple of times, and they even did a flashback or whatever, talking about the mother getting the flower and all that other stuff. But they haven't really said anything. They talked about the serum or whatever, but that's from the golden blood. Maybe the golden blood is the key. I don't know.
Maybe.
Take his blood before he turns into a vampire, and then feed it back to afterward.
Because I'm sorry, that brings me to my next little point. When they hatched a plan for him to leave, and he goes and whatever, and he comes back, I don't know what that is or what they're trying to set up. So in my mind, I'm like, why the hell did you do that? Why did you come back to play Captain Saberho with this man, knowing
man?
I mean, okay, but
we do stupid things for romance.
I love my life too much.
But his whole life was Mark, and that's why he came back. He but also it is definitely stupid. It's definitely stupid, but I think you have to think about how many times Mark has sacrificed his life to save him. He's
that's true. Ever since he was a little boy, really. So to him,
bro, you just put the end of the world or the end of the vampire world in her hands, child. Wow.
That's why I'm like, there has to be a purpose as to what you're doing. But standing here as a watcher, I'm like, why did you do that? Too busy yelling at the screen when we saw that. We're like, what are you doing?
Why are you being this way? You didn't get your license for this.
Hello? Facts.
Bitch, if you don't turn that car around.
So, but maybe there's more to it. When we get into the episode next week, the final episode. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I guess we'll see how it all plays out, really. Which kind of gets me excited because it's crazy that these last few episodes it starts to get good. So, but then I'm reminded of what they've said. It definitely is a BL, so there definitely is some, romance in there. And they said with a hint of the, vampire supernatural aspect of the series. So maybe their focus was to really just hammer on the romance a little more than the other stuff. So a happy medium, I
guess.
You're right. But they acted down though, especially I gotta give it up to Joss and Gawin. Yeah. Their commitment to this was everything.
They
definitely delivered.
And Gawin can honestly be paired with anybody and still serve.
Facts.
that is a man of talents, because
Mhm.
there has not been a ship that I've seen him in that he has not served down. like
No, yeah, facts.
the boy is talented. That's crazy because he got scouted at he was working at a coffee shop or something, like a thing. I forgot what he said in the interview.
Mhm.
He said he was scouted like while he was working a job. They just like looked at him and they were like, "Hey."
Imagine they pull up.
Different.
Imagine they pull up. You working, and they're like, "Hey,
Like, hey, come here, dude.
yeah."
You want to have some homosexual escapades? You want to kiss boys? You better work, bitch.
You have a face and a jawline for days. Here's my card.
Like,
Come
the
see
girl
me
is
tomorrow. Oh my goodness, child! That's probably exactly how it went. You look
Look,
good.
that's what I'm saying. They were like, come here. Come to this address at this time.
Period.
Come on, Caribbean.
Come on, my Caribbean sister. What's the team?
They probably were like, show up at this address on this day at this time, period. And then he shows up and they were like, hey, so
Right.
GMMTV, gay, what do you think?
What can you do? And don't audition playing basketball. What can you do?
Not. Don't do my man offer like that.
Um,
Don't do my man offer like that.
I am not. It's just funny when
He
I found
was
out.
doing his best with what he had at the time.
It was just hilarious when I found out that that's how you. But important question: where exactly in the Caribbean are you from, love? But no, it was. I can't. That is a crazy way to get scouted. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, anybody can get scouted anyhow. It's just, depends on what they look. But it's crazy that it's the look is what really sold it.
It's like either you get
very
scouted
nice
because
look.
you happen to be like doing something of talent,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Wow, we can't,
Yeah.
let's get you a little plastic surgery. We'll pay for it. Pay us back though. But like,
Because
you're
real.
talented. Real.
Because actually real.
Or you look immaculate. You look so conventionally handsome or pretty. Let's put you in this show. See if the girl can eat it up. You don't have to sing or dance or act or be able to do anything really. We'll teach you that.
Hello.
So, but
And that's kind of how it works for even in the K-pop world too, you all. Because I've heard stories, especially like how Eric Nam got scouted. Like,
he thought it was a scam. He has to off his YouTube things. But some people have both. They're the conventional attractiveness, and then they are also very talented. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's rare whenever you
like that one.
Yeah. Because there's not, like, Jimmy TV has produced a lot of great singers, and there's a lot of talented men coming out of that building. So they're definitely doing something.
They definitely stepped it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And this is coming from someone who watched when BLs first started getting popular in Thailand. Before they started getting popular in Thailand. Before they even started in Thailand. They've come a long way. A long way. Period. No progress though.
Yeah, so do you imagine where, let's say they didn't pour into the artists and that's all they did was act, no singing, no dancing, none of that. Maybe it would be a whole different vibe now, but it's lovely that they can connect with their audience in this other way as well too.
Yeah.
And also helps with growth as well, so.
I think it's better to be multi-talented.
Oh yeah.
Like, obviously there are some people who are like extremely talented in just one thing and they can like make it like into the stratosphere with that one thing. But there are also people who like they need to have multiple talents to make it. But then like with that, sometimes people just have multiple interests, right? So
Correct, yes.
There's a lot of things that could be true at once.
Yes, 100%. 100%. But speaking of, y'all, we're gonna have to get into the next episode to see what happens because finale is next week. So, of course, there will be reactions for it. It'll be released the days that it normally comes out on our channel. Jordie's getting caught up. So
Look,
definitely
I'm gonna try. I'm going to try to get it caught up before the finale. I will be editing the episodes. I am going to get. Like that is my goal.
That's funny. Oh, you from St. Lucia? Period, girl. You down close to where I'm from initially. I love that for you. Thank you so much for all this love and support all the way from down there. Love it. But we gonna switch lanes, y'all. So something amazing happened to me and Jordie, respectively, individually,
Ciao.
scientifically, whatever. But we had a really good time these last couple of weeks because he and I got a chance to interview both Joss and Gawin, and we were able to play some games with them. But also, Jordie had a little sit-down, cute interview with them as well. So we're gonna talk about what happened both on our perspectives of things. So, Jordie, you go first. I want you to go first. And I ask you because yours did come out first. So, like for me, how was it for you meeting them?
I think it was kind of surreal because it's like me personally, I'm not the type of person to be nervous around celebrities because I guess I don't hold celebrities to such a high, like, unreachable standard. So I'm just like, if I meet somebody, like, period, you know? But I was nervous.
Yes.
But I think part of it was because, and I kept saying that in my interview, I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And they were like, no, you're fine. Like, but I think part of it was because because this is kind of what I want to do and the avenue I want to go down. I wanted it to be really good. Like, I wanted it to have a certain feel. I wanted them to be comfortable. I wanted them to be able to just like sit and talk because I'm pretty sure before me, they've probably been through I know they've been through like 500 other right? Because like you see all the people that got the chance to sit with them and they were in the exact same clothes.
Yeah, no
so
fact.
you can imagine that entire day they were just meeting with content creators, you know, and
Correct, yeah.
The PR department was telling us, JoJo, she was telling us that they were really trying to push Joss and Gawin in the US because of their ties to the US and because they are, you know, they speak English fluently, they have ties to the US, stuff like that. So they wanted to push them to us a lot more because there's like that relatability factor there, right?
Yeah.
So it was just really nervous. I was just really nervous because like these are two people that I've kind of followed throughout my BL watching I want to say career, but like my BL watching, right? And like I told Joss, I was like, the first time I saw Joss was The Real Be Free. The second time was in Not Be My Stepdarling. And then with Gawin, the first time I saw him was Kiss Me Again. And it's like kind of crazy and it's like a full circle moment. These are people that I've been watching for so long.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at y'all face to face. Y'all are talking to me. I'm being perceived by these men. They know I exist. And I'm like, like, how do you react to that, right?
Right. No
and
facts,
it kind of shattered my whole like thing of if I made a celebrity, like, you know, because I've met celebrities before and it's kind of been like, you know, hey, let's take a picture up here. Okay. Anyways, but it's like, I think because of the attachment of having an interview with them and having to make a certain impression, it kind of, you know, it kind of changed how I look at it a little bit. But I think that's, for me, it kind of made me more appreciative of the work I put in because there were so many people that had so many great comments. I was very nervous about the interview. I was like, My interview isn't like overly like, you know, crazy, and you know, we didn't do a lot of like rigmarole, you know, but it was very like a very professional and very comfortable interview, and a lot of people liked that. So I was like, okay, because this is kind of what I want to go for with BL Coded. I want it to be a comfortable place. I want to just like chill vibes, sit and talk, you know, just make it comfortable for everybody. And I think that the comments that I got on the video and the people that were just like, you did a great job, like this was such a like easy watch and stuff like that, it kind of like touched my heart, one, because period, thank you guys so much, and then also it made me more confident in meeting these people and talking to them and just being like, Jordie, just be the chill person that you are most of the time. Like I am ADHD, but like, you know, every now and then, but most of the time I'm chill. So, but it was great. It was great. I loved every moment of it. And afterwards, when I took that breath, and I was just like, it was like, you know, so yeah. Here's to more.
No,
I got
seriously.
nothing in here no more, but
no, here is to more, because we definitely want to do this again, you know, with different, you know, actors, of course, because yes, that was great, but I'm thinking of the next one. What could be done the next time? Yeah. Because like I said, both of our interviews are very different.
Yeah, okay? Which I love.
Very
it
different.
Was very much it was very much true to who we are as people. Like I think like you have more of a chaotic energy when it comes to like reactions and stuff like that, so it made sense like to have like the edits and like, you know, the happy pill. And somebody commented on Shakis and said he was a happy pill, which was like honestly the truest thing ever. Like it, you know, like he has that energy, and whereas for me, I'm like a little bit more laid back, like snarky comments, witty comments, you know, here and there, like you have to be listening to catch it type of vibe. So no, they definitely like, I guess the interviews ended up being exactly who we were, you know, and I love that. I love that.
Correct. And it definitely made it easier because they were comfortable, and they also kind of matched energies, which I loved, especially given what we were doing, you know. I had a great time. I was nervous, as he said, because he was nervous, I was nervous. Y'all know, on the phone, freaking out prior to going into the whole thing. It's a little sweat, but a little bit.
This man was like,
it's funny because
we're on the phone so our interviews respectively were 3:00 in the morning, right? And his was right before mine. We were one after the other. That's how they were scheduled. And so he's freaking out, and I'm like, don't freak out, because you're gonna freak me out, and I'm gonna freak out, and then we're both gonna be freaking out. And so he goes into his, and then it ends, and he's like, and then like immediately I gotta go into mine. So I'm like, oh shit.
But when I say freak out, because you're thinking about everything that's about to go down, even before it even happens. So you're preempting your speech, you're preempting what you say. Then when you get in there, all of that just goes out the window.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's like, oh,
you know.
What?
So, whew. But either way, like I felt how I felt about it after looking at it when it was fully done and finished. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. You did that right.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you guys are, you know, you've been here for a very long time. We've been doing this since 2020. We've done interviews before. Granted, it was different, a different scaling. We've met actors before. We've met people that run companies before. We've had those conversations, and granted, it was on a very much so high, like happy, energetic energy. Even from then, we knew this is what we wanted to do. Outside of popping on the camera and saying, what's up? I'm about to watch this show. So that's the energy that we're rolling with for now and in the future. Because it would be something amazing to
Mhm.
talk to more people.
Yeah.
And really like get a feel for the actors involved and
Yeah.
like their motivations for the characters and like how did it feel doing this, that, ABC. Definitely on the tip top list of things. And you know, outside of BL too. Okay? Because y'all, if I don't meet Jackson Wang somehow, some way, if he doesn't come on my channel one good time in my life, what's the point? Okay, so
You better start uploading them reactions.
hello, like
You better make yourself known.
you
No,
know,
like
but
definitely though. Like there's some like for me personally, I've always loved just like pop culture and media in general. And there's so especially like anime. Like anime was my first love as far as like Asian media, right? And so that's if I wasn't doing BL, I would be an anime channel. Like dead ass, I would be an anime channel. But like there's so much with pop like Western pop culture and like pop culture overseas in different countries and stuff, not just Asia, but like everywhere that I just love to interact with and consume. And like, you know, I just want to do it all. I just want to, low-key, I want to have my own show one day, like just to, like I want to have my own show. I have ideas of how like I want it to be. I'm not gonna disclose that because we're gonna move in silence. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in like I don't know if anybody else has heard this, but I'm a firm believer in ideas and intentions are alive and you speak them like, and obviously like you have them in your head and stuff like that, but if you don't act on them and if you don't actively nurture them, they will go to someone else and find someone else that will act and nurture them. I'm a firm believer in that, and that's why like I want to, you know, make sure I'm being proactive and trying to further, you know, my career and things like that. But yeah,
of course. It's best to act on certain things if they're just like talking about it all the time, especially with like this type of content and really making something happen. It's always good to have an idea, but if it's not acted upon, then what's the point? And I'm pretty sure like even this alone was an idea, and now look, here we are.
Yeah.
So, and it takes bravery to do it too, you know, because even the idea, from looking at interviews like The View and the Ellen DeGeneres show and like a lot of those things, I'm like, oh my God, I could do that. You know? And that's always been a thing.
Show.
Always been Black in the Dome. So,
yeah.
Oh my God.
We've got the gift of gab. We can talk about things.
But overall, the interviews that was done, the energies that the boys gave us that night, knowing that they had probably so much other stuff to do, was just amazing. Yeah. And I'm happy that it was received well by our own audiences and conjunctive audiences. And I'm glad that everyone really liked it. So, because people kept saying, it was so short. I wish it was longer.
Yeah,
honey.
Y'all.
Honey.
Let us tell y'all. We had 20 minutes. 20 minutes. JoJo told us, you have 20 minutes. And that's it. When that 20-minute mark hit.
Bye-bye.
Gone. Over. They said bye-bye. On to the next one. Goodbye.
Peace out, y'all. I gotta dip. Gotta skedaddle.
Like, because like when we were obviously, you know, coming up with what games we were gonna play, they had a big hand in like what they wanted for the artists and stuff like that, and how they, you know, how they wanted the games to go. Obviously, making sure there was nothing that could, you know, be bad on the image and stuff like that, which is obviously like, you know, understandable when you work in this field, right? But
correct, yes.
They were like, you got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I know y'all want to be ambitious. What y'all want to do, but you have 20 minutes and no more. I think my interview like went over 1 minute, and like it literally. I was like, I'm so sorry, we're going over 1 minute. Let me do this outro real quick. And they were like, bye. I was like, damn, they were gone. I was like, okay.
And that 20 minutes was felt. You don't understand. It was going. Once they showed up, the clock started.
It felt like that 20 minutes went by so fast. Like it was.
Hello, like, yo. And that was like a concern in the back of my mind too. I need to get through this as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So let's just keep doing it. Boom, 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 after boom, boom, boom. And it worked out well. Thank goodness. Because even when I was done, I'm like, okay, so I have like 2 minutes to spare. You know? So they left me a little early, which is great because then I can really sit down and be like, so this happened.
Yeah.
Let's swallow it. Let's digest it. I feel like I didn't go to bed like an hour after the interview. And I was still jazzed the next day. Thank God I didn't got to work next day. Okay. But it was just so fun. And like I keep thinking about like some parts in it where they were like receptive as to what we were saying. Granted, you know, they had to answer questions or whatever, but it's the playfulness. And you really got to see them like bounce off of each other, I feel like.
Yeah.
So they're really great together.
I love how transparent also Joss was with how he was like, you know, I had to get, because Joss has never done this. Joss has obviously done a show where he's had to play, you know, a look, we'll talk about that in a minute. Where he's had to play a queer character, right? But he's never had a instance where he's had to like promote as a ship.
Yeah, no.
And so he was very like transparent with that. I think in my interview he was just like, we're getting more comfortable uploading content and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, it's a process. It's a process. Because not only in a ship are you open to the crazies, you're open to the, you know, love too. And there's a lot of emotions and, you know, receptiveness that you have to have when you're in a ship. But yeah. But I wish I could mama. I was twirling my hair. Ciao.
You know what's so funny? It's funny
obviously we see him in what's, you know, shown to us in media, but when you see him on the crappy coconut Zoom call Wi-Fi picture and he still look like the way he look. Gawin too. I was like, y'all literally Kosa, let me tell you, Alyssa and Shaki will tell you all the time. I talk about sleepy eyes all the time. Sleepy eyes, when men have sleepy eyes and they always look like they could take a nap at any moment, I'm like, come here, baby. Lay on the pillow. Come here. I love sleepy eyes. Like, it does something to me. I don't know. It just makes people look so, I don't even know how to explain it. Like sleepy eyes for me is like Adam's apples for Alyssa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Force
so basically,
two,
sleepy eyes for you is like pecs for me. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like sleepy eyes and a beautiful smile.
Oh my God! Top it off. Ugh.
Yes.
My gosh! Like,
pick me up. You know.
It was to the point where I'm gonna be real, child. It was to the point where I had to literally look at Gawin.
Yeah. Which
not bad either. That's not what I'm saying. But if I had focused solely on Joss, I would have gone nuts. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna look at like, I'm gonna play and do ping pong with y'all and just look here,
right.
Look back. Like I could do it because fuck. But as to what y'all was saying, I know like she was asleep. Okay, it was 3 a.m. in the morning, and it's,
you know, what would have been funny if she popped up like behind.
I know.
While you were interviewing him,
because I told her this was happening, and she was like, "Oh no, I'm tired." I said, "Okay, well goodbye."
I ain't sacrificing my sleep, child.
Which I mean, I agree because you work so hard, right? But when the interview came out, she was like, "That's who you interviewed?" I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Like, girl, that's what I told you.
That's what I told you. She's like, you interviewed Superman and I missed that? I'm like, baby, I ain't playing with you. I literally told you. So I'm sorry, but
Well, you weren't listening.
I told him, and he was very excited to hear that. As
Yeah,
well.
he even pulled his like little bang in front. He said, "Oh, really?"
Right. So, but he played, and I love that he was playing along as well too into it, which made me a little comfortable. And that's why I had no problems doing the edits that I was doing, because at one point I thought, oh God, if I do this, would they be open? But hell no, I did it anyway. And I love that freaking Gawin was basically me, like
Right.
throughout the entire thing. I'm like, nice.
Gawin was in the business of exposing Joss, because even when like I had a question that was like, would you rather give up junk food or give up working out? And he said he would give up junk food, and Gawin was like, actually, the other day he came in and was like, yeah. I had to like edit out the Krispy Kreme comment because like obviously brands and stuff like that. But
yeah, right.
He was like, he said, ooh, donuts. I was like, damn, not exposing him immediately. He said, don't believe him.
That's okay. He can work off them donuts the next day if he wants.
Honestly, he probably, his sitting metabolism is probably works it out immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That man.
Because if not him, I could. It's him, Force, for me. I would say the heavy hitters in the gym in that dang building. Yeah. From what I've seen on social media.
Look, I know he don't be posting a lot about it, but see.
Oh, okay. Yes, recently, yes.
Like a brick, bitch. That's a brick house. Okay.
Yes, recently, I've seen some stuff.
He's been like posting like a little bit more, but that man is like, he has a body but like he plays a lot of sports. So, you know, like those people that play sports and their bodies are just naturally just like, you know, that's C.
Right.
That's him.
Granted, of course, y'all, that's not, you know, they do it for their own reasons. You know,
and got
like,
body. N's body is T. So is Nui. They're the missing waist twins.
Missing waist. I'm fucking weak.
They literally have no waist. Like In and Nui, like they don't. Where do they store it? Don't know.
So, and it's a lot that goes into keeping snatch waists and just being skinty. All right. So, child no, but overall though, it was a really great experience for both me and Jordie and Jordie and I. Oh Jesus Christ, Jordie and I, and I'm just hopeful for more and more opportunities, more actors, more anything. I'm trying not to say no to any venture that comes my way, you know, because a missed opportunity is unfortunate. So. But there's so many other things coming up as well too within the next few months alone. So definitely stay locked. Thank y'all so much for being so sweet in the comments on the both videos and watching the videos and spreading them on social media, picking out your favorite parts, you know, just talking about it. Yeah, it really does help. It really does mean a lot.
It gives me the validation I need.
Correct.
Don't let anybody ever tell you they don't need validation for other humans. That's how humans work.
Yeah, because we definitely needed y'all's feedback to say if you liked it, and
because other feedback.
Yeah, because I imagine if it wasn't like great, if something would have been said, but either way, everybody was just being really, really nice, and I love that for both of us. So, all the love, we appreciate it. All the love. But it was a good time. It was a really, really good time. But that kind of tips it. I don't know if this for this week. I think that's kind of really what we've had going on. You know, nothing else has really happened yet. Tomorrow is Sunday, so you guys, what?
Come on, Trey.
Oh. Tomorrow, as y'all know, we got Boys in Love.
Yes.
This episode. Episode 6 comes out tomorrow. So of course we'll be back. We're gonna watch it Y'all see the video when it comes out. Jumping back into my Stubborn on the channel, that will be out tomorrow as well too, so stay locked. And also the Uncut on Patreon. Also, please subscribe to all things Jordie. Everything is in the link in the description below. Go get into everything he has goings on. All right, I tell you guys this every single time we do stuff together. But I think I kind of did. Is there anything you want to add, Jordie? Anything you want to say to the folks when we wrap this up?
Thank you guys for just supporting us. Like, honestly, we can't say it enough. But just having a community, and being able to talk to other people about BL, right? It's just, it's honestly such like a luxury, because it's hard building communities, y'all. It's hard making friends. But it's nice that we have people to talk to, and you know, we also, all of us have like our inner circles and stuff like that. BL is a lot of things, right? But it's also a great place for people to find, you know, their tribe and stuff. So I think that, I just kicked my camera. Sorry, Canon. But yeah, like, thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you for always interacting, always, you know, being there to show us love, as we do to you guys. And yeah, continue supporting us in the future. And yeah. Sarangayo.
For the ones that have been here for a very long time and has been supporting since then, and to the new faces that are coming every single day, we appreciate y'all down. Because we've been, it's been a journey. We've seen lots of shit on said journey. So just but thank y'all so much for all the support, and here's to more things in the future. But other than that, that's it, y'all. It was such a fun little Kiki. Next time we come back, it'll be it'll be everybody together. Okay, I'll tell Alyssa that y'all love her and all that other good stuff. She'll be back.
That part. She'll be here.
But I think that's it for us for tonight. Thank y'all so much for coming out and watching and talking to us. Y'all have been so sweet. But that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. So have a good night, y'all. Bye. Also subscribe to BL Coded.
Oh yeah. Subscribe to my podcast.
Also the basic chat.
And also the basic chat, yes.
Yes. Okay. But yes, have a good night. We'll talk to y'all next time.
Cause of you.